And boom, monkeys, we are live. Welcome back to the Crypto Boogie channel. We've got an interesting show tonight, something I've never done. We're going to have a meme coin Tuesday. I'm going to cover a couple meme coins. Some of the ones I'm going to cover are a little bit associated. Well, they are associated directly with what Almighty had been posting or had just launched right now pertaining to the Pulse Chain ecosystem meme coins he launched, which are pretty damn cool because they got some utility and stuff like that. I also want to cover the shit that's going on with Bitcoin, how it looks on the weekly, and we have to cover Pulse Chain. I do want to go back to sGOAT because we are about to get an airdrop tomorrow, which is pretty damn gangster. I'm glad I referred people to this token. I think it's pretty damn dope, man. I think it's going to do very, very well. Shout out to my homie Angry Twinkie. He helped me out a little bit with this one, man. He dropped some alpha on me with sGOAT. So, and I'm here to redistribute that data to you cats. You know what I'm saying? But first, before we even evolve onto the tokens and stuff like that, we do have to hit up the memes because the memes are king, son. I'm not talking about the meme tokens. I'm just talking about memes in general. So let's move on to the first freaking meme of the day. One of these is somewhat military related. Let's go with the military one first. And this is what it's like being a United States Marine recruiter. Now, one thing I've noticed about Marine recruiters, dude, they will recruit anything they can get their hands on, bro. And in this scenario, well, I'll let you guys figure it out what they're trying to recruit, or who they're trying to recruit. Courtesy of Vet TV. They got some pretty damn good comedy there, man, especially for you cats that were former military and stuff like that. You guys can understand the dark nature and jokes of military service. So here we go. Let's see what this entails. Let's see what the recruiter is doing.
You ladies like getting
If we're getting paid.
boy, then do I have the job for you. You get hard and you make double what you're making now. You interested? You ladies.
There is a joke going on in the Marine Corps, or I'm sure that joke's still today, man. It's called getting shafted by the green weenie. So that's what she's talking about, getting shafted by the freaking green weenie. She doesn't necessarily literally fucking mean getting effed, but getting screwed by the Marine Corps. I gotta say, even those were some miserable times when I was in the military, bro. Those were some of the funnest times of my life, if anything, man. But let's move on to the other freaking meme. When defending your girl goes wrong.
Damn.
Babe, I'm sorry.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Let's stop lying right now. Because if you were sorry, you would have shut the hell up after the first man gave me that two-piece combo. But not only did you keep running your damn mouth like a kid in school with no home training after the first one gave me a reality check, you kept talking after the second one jumped in, after the third one jumped in, after the fourth and after the fifth. I mean, damn, girl. You ain't stopped talking till they ran out of friends. I'm starting to think you set me up to get jumped. Because what the hell was that?
I'm sorry, but they made me mad. And I look at you as my hero. So I thought you could handle them all by yourself.
Hero?
Yes, hero.
Girl, I am 5 foot tall with no goddamn cape. Ain't no hero in the history of heroes. 5 foot tall with no goddamn cape. Girl, get the hell out of my car. We over.
Well, babe.
Girl, I refuse to be with somebody that will put me in a situation like this just because they felt disrespected. So like I said before, get the hell out my car. We over. Go, go.
Dude. Oh my gosh, bro. There's some chicks, bro, that will talk some mad freaking shit, bro, and then expect their freaking boyfriend or fucking to throw some hands and shit like that, bro. Oh yeah. I think Andrew Tate even mentioned a story like this one time, bro, that he was out in England and they went to some chicken store or some chicken freaking restaurant, and some about 4 or 5 thugs walked into the line, man, ahead of him, about 4 or 5 people, and his chick got fucking angry and said, "Aren't you gonna tell him anything?" And he was like, "Dude, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. It's 4 or 5 guys, bro. I don't want to get killed for some fucking chicken." You know what I'm saying? And that the 3 couples that were ahead of him, this chick freaking told these thugs, hey, dude, the line's right here. And he's like, yeah, I know it's here. I don't give a shit. I'm cutting in. And before she could say anything else, this chick got freaking punched in the face by a fucking 6'2" cat. And then when her boyfriend looked, he got decked too, man. Tate said that, dude, for sure, both of them had to have some fucking permanent damage, bro. So yeah, I could see how some guys would get freaking pissed, dude, if their chick stirs up some fucking shit. And I'm saying, of course, you can't just be a fucking punk and not fight back and stuff like that. Mind you, I am not a legal advisor. Do not take anything I'm telling you as legal advice. But let's check out the chat, man. Let's see what the fucking chat is saying, bro. We got Danny Boy here. Shout out to him. First Moon Ganger in the chat. Game Gang. Damn straight, homie. And we got my amigo here, Moon Pilled Rational Optics. You're sure it's not both? I'm assuming you're talking about that military meme. Yeah, probably both, bro. Probably freaking both, bro. Tell you one thing, man. Being male or female, bro, the Marine Corps will freaking have its way with you, bro. Freaking trash, dude. They will freaking, dude, they will haze you to freaking kingdom come, man. We got my amigo here, Karn, gang. And again, my homie, Moonpill Rational Optics. Reality doesn't hit them like it does us. That's true, man. That's freaking true, man. Oh, we also got the fragrance of the day, man, and it is a classic for you Gen Xers out there, man. You guys are going to remember this. No, it's not Cool Water, what I'm going to talk about, bro. But you cats will remember what I'm talking about once I show it to you, monkeys. Let's move on to the charts, man. Let's see what the charts entail. Let's go over to Bitcoin. Let's see how it's doing. Let's go over here on the daily, man. Let's see how Bitcoin's doing on the daily. I know my homie, Agent J from the DJ and the Roundtable, likes going from the weekly to the daily. I like doing the daily from then to the weekly. Now, current value of Bitcoin is about 63,968, almost about 64,000. And you can see we've kind of dipped into the support box. Let me pull this sucker a little bit out, a little bit more. I had actually thought that recent incident we had over in Israel where the Iranians ended up freaking launching a couple of drones, couple of missiles into their country actually brought us to a lower dip. And I was like, shit, bro, that makes it into an 80-day cycle. But no, that's not the tail, bro. If you look closely here at the freaking candles, you can see that we still have this dip here at a value of about 60,798. The lowest we got to was about 61,338. So we're still above that freaking value. So that keeps our current time frame of about 28 days into the 60-day cycle. Now, mind you, you guys can see that we're almost halfway through the freaking cycle. Since we're halfway through the cycle, that's probably why we're dipping. And the timing of what happened with Israel is probably what entailed that. If we push the sucker all the way out to about day 45, you're talking about what, May 4th, May 5th, ballpark? Happy Cinco de Mayo, you know what I'm saying, around that time frame. That could be the day that we end up hitting a bottom on Bitcoin before we start freaking doggone a new cycle, if anything. Now, let's check out how we're doing with the EMA ribbon. As per the EMA ribbon, we do have it as an area of resistance. I'm sure you cats can tell. We've got all this area to fight to the upside, but the badass thing about it is that the EMA ribbon is tightening up a little bit. And usually when the EMA ribbon tightens up, that pretty much means that there's not going to be a lot of volatility. Now, mind you, if you guys saw Charlie's last freaking stream, well, not his last stream, I think it was on Sunday, I got to check out a portion of his Moon Gang. I was a little bit busy that day, so I didn't get to see the whole freaking thing. He cited the fact that we do have some weakness on the weekly. You know what I'm saying? So let's move on to the weekly, and let's see what that entails. So let's go over to the weekly chart. You know what I'm saying? And here we go, cats. No, that's BTCD. No, that's not what I mean. Let me see. I got another one here for the weekly. No, that's not. Is that it? No, that's not it. Bear with me, cats. Bear with me. I do have this chart pulled up. I don't know why it's not populating here in my freaking StreamYard. I hate it when that shit happens. Here we go. Boom. And this is the weekly. Now, of course, you cats can tell that I still have this Elliott wave set up. And we did almost come revisit that area here of about 60,527. And that is on the weekly. Now, mind you, what I was expecting for it to happen, us come revisit this fourth portion of the Elliott wave, and then we shoot up. Charlie had a little bit different. He already had us on an extended fifth wave, which is not very common when you come to freaking Elliott waves and things of that nature. But if I take this sucker off right here, let me go and take the sucker off. Let me turn this off. You guys could see what he was talking about us having fucking not a lot of support on the weekly. And what he means by that, if you look at these support lines, areas that we do have a support, sure, we could come down here to about 60,000, and you can see that these conglomerate of fucking candles here is what's holding us up from this little ridge we have here at the top. But once we break below that area right there, we could easily free fall into these two tops right here, which is a value of about 51,000 to about 52,000, give or take. Know what I mean? Let me activate the VRVP. I was showing this to Twinkie earlier today. And for you cats that don't know how to use this tool or what it means, I'll help you out. I'll show you how this works. Now, every single bar here pretty much entails how much support we do have. So the longer the bar, the more support we got. For example, you see this bar down here at about 38,000. You see that it's pretty damn long. And you could tell that we have a shitload of support in that area because we've got this area over here and this area over here. But as we go up, we can tell that support shrinking, or it shrinks a little bit. And currently where we're on this bar right here, which is a value of about 62,878. But once we break past the 58,000 mark, dude, we can fall all the way down here to about maybe 49,000 or possibly 52,000. And you can see that there's a significant gap between these two bars, and you can see that there's nothing there. So that means that there is a shitload of weakness. Hence why it is possible, what Charlie is talking about, that we are heading for a dip. Can this happen? Yes, it can. But there is a little bit of fundamental analysis I wanted to share with you cats. But before we do that, the EMA ribbon is entailing that we do have support here at about 54,965. Know what I mean? And I'm assuming this is why Charlie and Miguel, they've been talking about freaking hosting the next crypto mindset course. So we could end up buying the dip of the next one. Know what I mean? So what I wanted to talk about a little bit was I had a little conversation with Miguel, and I told him, yo, bro, I mean, the Bitcoin halving is inbound. It's on its way. And let me see if I can pull up the Bitcoin halving clock. I wonder how many days we are out from it. Bitcoin halving clock. Let's see. Let me pull this sucker up. No, this is some bullshit. This is why I hate using fucking Yahoo, man. I got to change my browser straight up to freaking Google, dude. So I ain't going to have these freaking damn problems. I do want to show you the clock, and I'm kind of curious as to where we're at. I'm assuming we're less than a week away, dude. I'm saying. Oh, wow, dude. I don't know we're that close. Shit. Look at this, son. So let me share this screen with you cats. This is wild, homie. We are 2 days, 19 hours, and 47 minutes away from the next Bitcoin halving. Dude, I figured this would fucking happen by the 20th, bro. But it's pretty damn close. And you can see that time's running out as far as the Bitcoin clock goes. Now, mind you, what I wanted to share with you cats was this idea. And I had this conversation with Miguel. I told him, look, bro, once the halving happens, I think a lot of freaking, a lot of the people that end up selling freaking the Bitcoin ETF to the boomers are going to call them up and tell them, hey, the Bitcoin halving just happened, and they're going to use this to pump the freaking bags of their ETF, if anything. And the boomers, if you all know, they carry a shitload of money, and I think they carry more money than majority of the freaking whales. So if the boomers come in and they start buying up freaking Bitcoin as the halving approaches, I think that they can make the freaking market rally, and they can make the market rally pretty hard. And I had asked Miguel, like, what do you think, man? Do you think the whales will end up selling the news on this Bitcoin halving? I mean, usually that's what happens. Anytime there's a freaking bullish event like that, what's the first thing they do? They dump on your head. But the thing is, I don't know if the whales are strong enough to outpower the freaking the boomers, because the boomers bring a lot of capital to the game, bro. And after them, it's the Gen Xers. And you got some Gen Xers that got their freaking bags full as well, that made their bank during the times of the boomers. You know what I'm saying? So I am assuming that when this Bitcoin halving happens, the whales are going to try to dump, but then the boomers are going to buy this shit up because it's bullish news, and they're going to FOMO in. So if that ends up playing out, that scenario ends up playing out, then you could see us end up bouncing to the upside and possibly go into that fifth wave of the Elliott wave cycle I showed you cats. But mind you, we also have another scenario on the table. As of late, Israel did mention they were going to launch an attack on Iran, or they mentioned they were going to retaliate as per the recent attack they had. Now, if that does end up happening and they don't end up striking an area that's freaking vacant or there's nothing there, and they end up freaking striking military targets and things of that nature, dude, we could end up dumping and continuing to the downside the way Charlie's seeing it happen. So I was having this conversation with Twinkie as well, and I was like, man, we've got data on both sides. We've got data saying that we may end up pumping, and we've got technical analysis data that says we're going to end up dumping, plus the fundamental analysis that Israel may end up conducting a retaliatory strike. So what should you do? Should you freaking dynamic DCA now, dynamic DCA later? So I came to the conclusion, along with Twinks, that the best thing to do, man, is just continue your weekly DCA, because we don't know which way the market's going to go. And I think that would probably be the best solution as a default, to continue to do weekly DCAs. And that probably be the smart way of going about it. Now, if Charlie's scenario plays out, of course, which there's a pretty good chance it will, then you would dynamic DCA as you're part of the crypto mindset course. So make sure you cats join that. I know he's going to be launching it soon, or it's going to open up again. And at least join the Citadel, man, because you do want to be part of a group that is going to give you data as to what's going to end up happening, and you don't end up like a lot of the people freaking selling the freaking bottom on your bags. You know what I'm saying? When we still got potential to run to the upside. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that entails. Now, one of the charts that I did want to show with you cats, or share with you cats, is this one here. And that was the Bitcoin dominance chart. And here it is. This is currently the Bitcoin dominance chart. This entails that Bitcoin is mostly dominant. And you can see we have this big area of freaking support with this VPVR, VPVR, you know what I'm saying? And I do have these areas here, or these circled areas here, which threw up this freaking box, and we ended up bouncing off that, and we ended up going to the upside. I would imagine that if we break below freaking 52.73%, currently we're at about 55.79, and we come down here to about 50.33. Give me a second, cats. All right, I'm back, monkeys. Let me continue sharing that chart with you cats. So what I was saying was, once Bitcoin dominance comes down this way, and we do come back here to that 50.94 area, there's not a lot of support there. We would probably end up bouncing at the top of this box as far as Bitcoin dominance goes, and you could probably see a heavy altcoin freaking run, if anything. You know what I'm saying? So food for thought, cats. That's what I'm seeing with this shit. As far as the EMA ribbon on this bad boy goes, we are riding it continuously. And you can even see the 200 EMA riding within the half portion of the Bollinger Band. So there is a shitload of support for Bitcoin dominance still. And it does seem that Bitcoin will continue dominant, if anything. You know what I'm saying? But once we break past that area, I could clearly see us having a freaking altcoin run. And that'll probably be around July, or maybe June or July later on this year, if anything. You know what I'm saying? So there is still time to DCA. But as stated, cats, we don't know which way the market's going to take us. We've got fundamental analysis telling us that, hey, man, the boomers are probably going to end up buying up this freaking Bitcoin ETF after the halving happens, because they're going to freaking end up FOMOing, and they bring a lot of money. And we also got that other fundamental analysis that Israel may end up striking Iran again. You know what I'm saying? Or not again, but striking them the first time on their territory in a while. You know what I'm saying? And then we have that other data Charlie's presented us, that we are seeing weekly freaking weakness on the Bitcoin chart. So food for thought, cats, we could go either way. You know what I'm saying? So now that we covered that shit, let's look at the chat. Let's see what the chat is saying, man. We got my amigo here, freaking Smooth Brain. What's up, monkeys? Thanks for the stream, Boogie. Hey, no problemo, man. No problemo. And then we got my amigo here, Yellowtail. I heard they got a commander in Iran. Yeah, they ended up hitting him in Syria, I think at the Iranian embassy. But because one of these commanders, I think he was coordinating with Hamas, I think it was. Or yeah, I think it was Hamas. It wasn't Hezbollah. I usually confuse Hamas and Hezbollah and stuff like that. So he was the one that was coordinating with them and stuff like that. So the Israelis ended up freaking whacking that general. So that's the way the tale goes as far as freaking geopolitics, if anything, man. Now, of course, you guys know that the name of this show is called freaking Meme Coin Tuesday. Now, I do have to stress this, cats. Do not put all your freaking dinero in meme coins. Don't do it. Don't freaking do it. You always want to keep your freaking, you want to eat your vegetables, man. At least have half of your bag in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Mind you, this is not financial advice. Why? Because that gives you mental stability. Yes, you heard me correct. Mental stability. Worst thing in the world is when you got a bag full of freaking altcoins, everything's down 70 freaking percent. And because your dumbass didn't end up buying some freaking Bitcoin and Ethereum, you're feeling like freaking selling everything else. And dude, it's a gut wrenching, effect on you. You know what I'm saying? So food for thought, cats. These are meme coins I'm going to show you. Some of these do have utility. Do not ape-in your entire bag into these. Most of these coins are on Pulse Chain and some on Phantom, and I do have one on Ethereum. You know what I'm saying? So the first token I did want to cover today, which is, let's go over here to Pepe. Let's see how Pepe is doing, man. And Pepe is showing some weakness on the daily, cats, and then we'll go over to the weekly, see how it's doing. You know what I'm saying? First coin of the day is Pepe. Let me turn off this VPVR. You know what I'm saying? You can see that Pepe's current value is at about 5053 on average. Is that 50? Yeah, it's 5053. And what I am noticing here, and this is on the daily, by the way. Make sure the sucker's on log. There you go, logarithmic. And it's even more freaking evident on logarithmic. You can see that we're bouncing within this Fibonacci freaking area here. And what I am noticing, you see these candles that are going to the upside. Let me go and shut this down, man. You see these candles that are going to the upside in our current value right now. Right now, we're kind of oscillating sideways. But if you notice these candles over here, you could see that there is no support whatsoever. We could end up coming back down here to about 5 zeros and a 318674, or possibly here to about 5 zeros and a 36130, because there's not a lot of support in this area. Now, historically, if you look at the top of this portion here, that's even slightly higher than where we're at right now. And that area is at about 5 zeros and a 375413. Regardless, if we start making that 3 number, that would be a good time to start DCAing, if anything. I can possibly see freaking doggone Pepe start dumping to the downside, and that would be a good buying opportunity. Hell, I might end up getting a little bit of Pepe. Now, I do understand that Pepe coin in itself, man, it is an ERC20. So not financial advice. If I'm holding less than $400, man, I would just keep it on the exchange. Less than $400. You know what I'm saying? Because I really want you cats to pay all those Ethereum gas fees. And I think you can get it on Coinbase. You can get it on Gemini. And I remember you could get it on KuCoin for you cats that have that available as KuCoin. That's an option for you guys. If we activate our EMA ribbon, you can see that we are under the current area of support that we do have above it. And you can see that it is tightening up. But we do have this 200 moving average acting as an area of support, which is slightly above the price point I had mentioned, about 318674. If we activate our Bollinger Bands, let me see. We still have room to travel to the downside, at least down here to about, what, 5 zeros and a 25713 as the third standard deviation, but the second standard deviation would be about 5 zeros and a 3.5. You know what I'm saying? I do think that Pepe is probably going to do very well, and there is a decent chance that it could probably end up beating out the market cap of SHIB or possibly even Doge. Of course, that's a far stretch, but nevertheless, it can end up freaking doing that, especially since it's already listed in a bunch of freaking exchanges. Now, I don't think it's on Robinhood, but I know SHIB is on Robinhood. And I think having it on the exchanges will probably be pretty damn bullish and inducing this sucker to end up running higher. Now, what I ended up doing with a little bit of my Pepe, when we got up over here to this area, I was about around here at about 4 zeros and a 9.7. I ended up selling half of my bag and I DCA'd into Illuvium. Why? Because that's a little bit more of a freaking serious project, and I think Illuvium's going to do very freaking well. Now, mind you, cats, make sure you guys are watching Miguel and Charlie's channel. They've been giving away ILV tokens and things of that nature, and that's always an advantage to you cats. Hey, if it's free dinero, and there is a possibility Illuvium can run up to 4,000 bucks. Of course, I'm not going to freaking harp on that too much for the reason being that doggone freaking this is more of a meme coin day, if anything. You know what I'm saying? So let's look at the sucker on the weekly, man. On the weekly, we're not seeing a lot of support, which means we could come revisit this area here of about 5 zeros and a 2.9. But I am assuming that if we go over here to the daily, if we come back up over here to the daily and we do hit this area of about 5 zeros and a 3.2, and then we come over here to the weekly, we'll probably end up stopping around there about 3.2, and then we could end up wicking to the bottom portion or the top portion of these two candles over here of about 27961. Of course, I would not try to buy wicks. They're kind of difficult to catch. It is a possibility to catch them, but nevertheless, man, just DCA your way in as we start dipping into the freaking market, dude. I am bullish on Pepe. I think Pepe is going to do really freaking good for you cats that have some Pepe or got to buy it at the beginning. I'm sure you cats know what I'm talking about, man. You guys ended up freaking making some bank on this freaking token. As a matter of fact, if we go over here to the daily, I remember when Pepe was running, it was around this area here, man, of about 4 zeros and a 4.12. And I was like, you know what, bro? I'm not going to buy it. It's way too overheated. And then it ended up coming all the way up over here. So I waited a little bit for a dip around this area. I bought some, and then we ended up dumping, if anything, man. But this is a coin that's probably going to end up running pretty damn strong. I am extremely bullish on Pepe. And we got my amigo here, Mate Tooth. Good morning. Good morning to you, sir. All right, now that we covered Pepe, let's go over to a little bit of sGOAT. Here it is. Now, a couple days ago, if you guys saw my recent streams as of late, I did do a pre-recorded stream on this token here, and that is sGOAT. And then I think I further did a little bit of a dive as to how to stake it. Current value of sGOAT is about 58 cents, if anything. And you can see that we're oscillating sideways, if anything. That is on the 4-hour chart. Now, if we put it on the daily, you can see that the next area of support that we do have is here at about 54 cents. If we break down below that area, we'll probably rebound here at about 44 cents. And then below that, you're talking about an area of about 40 cents. So I'll draw this sucker up here for you cats so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And those would be good areas to DCA into. You know what I'm saying? Now, the badass thing about freaking sGOAT, if you guys saw my last stream, you guys know that you could end up staking it. And tomorrow, for you cats that did end up staking, I would not recommend you do your whole bag. We're going to get a little bit of an airdrop, and I'll talk about that momentarily. You know what I'm saying? But this is an area we could go revisit. I would start DCAing once we break back past this point of about 54 cents or at 54 cents as we start coming to the downside. Hopefully, we do revisit this area of about 40 cents. I think that'd be a gangster-ass area to buy. But if we look at our freaking moving averages, the 50, the 100, and the 200, they're not even coming up on screen on the daily because this does not have significant enough data. Now, one thing I did notice about sGOAT is that we did end up dipping here around day 10, and day 14 would be tomorrow. So around day 14 to about day 21, if this does consistently follow the 20-day patterns, you're talking about us coming down to revisit this area of about 45 cents or possibly down here to about 40 cents. Now, if you cats know anything about sGOAT, You guys know that you could end up staking this sucker on a liquidity pool on Equalizer. And on Equalizer itself, it does hold the highest amounts of freaking APR rates. And let me show you cats what I mean. Now, over here on Equalizer, you come over here to liquidity, and you can see that if you participate in the doggone freaking liquidity pool between Phantom and sGOAT, it pays out 177%. Mind you, this is a meme coin, so expect this sucker to DCA you into Phantom, and it does give you significant rewards. Now, one of the things that about a week ago we started doing was staking our sGOAT and participating in liquidity pools, and in turn, the Phantom Goat himself, he would end up giving you a freaking airdrop. And that airdrop is inbound tomorrow. But before we hit the airdrop, let me show you cats how to get there. This is their website. And the name of the website is called the Sonic Goat. And I'm going to share this with you monkeys in the chat again, because I like being redundant. And you can see it right there. This is where you can come stake a little bit of your sGOAT, if anything. And it gives you the data on how to buy it, how to bridge. It's currently on MEXC and Bitmart, but I buy the sucker on DeFi, you know what I'm saying? And I get it on Equalizer, and I just showed you cats that chart or that website. Now, if you come up all the way over here, there's an option to stake. And this is where you could end up staking your sGOAT. Of course, you'd want to connect your wallet. Now, mind you, cats, even though the GOAT does seem like a pretty damn freaking consistent person, especially on freaking Twitter, use a condom wallet. Do not use your main freaking wallet, because your monkey ass can end up getting wrecked. Please use a condom wallet. Now, and also, when I ended up staking my sGOAT, I didn't stake my full bag. I did somewhere around 25 to 50% the total of that I ended up getting staked. And I staked it here. Now, you could also part in their liquidity pools as well. And I'm assuming these liquidity pools, it's referring to the ones on Equalizer. And this will also qualify you for airdrops. Now, the airdrop that these cats are talking about is this one here. Let me take you over to their Twitter. And I want you cats to follow the Phantom Goat on freaking Twitter, if anything. You know what I'm saying? Let me check that sucker here. Make sure it's good to go. Yeah, we're solid. And this is their Twitter page. This is his Twitter page. And he's called the Phantom Goat, of course. You know what I'm saying? And recently, he is going to give us an airdrop called Speedy. And that's this token right over here. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you guys can see this portion right here, and I'm going to end up dropping this for you guys in the chat, you guys could see how much Speedy you ended up getting by the amount of sGOAT you got, by the amount of sGOAT you ended up staking. And let me share that with you cats in the freaking chats, because I know you guys want to know. And you could pretty much check your wallet. You type in your wallet address. You don't even have to connect to the site. And it lets you, and it's on GitHub, it lets you see exactly how much you're going to receive in rewards. Now, let me make sure I don't have my shit up there so you guys can define what my wallet is. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can refresh this sucker. There you go. And this is what the website looks like. It looks pretty freaking plain Jane, but you end up typing your freaking wallet address here, and it'll tell you the amount of freaking Speedy token you're going to end up getting. Now, since this ends up airdropping you Speedy token, I'm assuming that as time freaking progresses from the 60-day mark that you have to hard stake your sGOAT, that they're probably going to reward you with more tokens as well. I'm assuming this is the very first airdrop we're going to end up getting. And let's cover the Speedy token. Now, this is the current value of Speedy. From the bottom, when it launched, it managed to get all the way up over here, about 79,000% at a value of about 4 zeros and a 38. Current value is about 4 zeros and a 2093. You know what I'm saying? And this is the token they're going to end up airdropping you. You know what I'm saying? And depending on how much you stake, this is what you end up getting. Now, there's not a lot of data on this freaking token. If we put it over here on the 4-hour chart, you can see that we're kind of ascending a little bit. I really don't like using anything less than freaking days, or sometimes I check out 4 hours to see what trends I am seeing, if I see some type of freaking pattern, if anything. But yeah, that's the current value of about Speedy right now, and that's what they're going to end up airdropping for you cats, especially if you guys manage to end up staking some of your sGOAT. Now, mind you, he is going to end up dropping another token, and I don't know if it's going to be part of the staking thing that he's doing. I would assume it's called Dre the Sonic. Of course, he's trying to make it sound like Dre the Chronic. You know what I'm saying, and let me see if I can find this for you, cat, so I can show you monkeys exactly what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, you cats can end up getting a lot of your freaking Speedy token on Equalizer, and you could also get it on freaking doggone Spooky Swap. Last I checked. You know what I'm saying? Vamos a ver. See if I can pull this sucker up for you guys. Bear with me, cats. Bear with me. And that was a while back. He talked about that one. I'm assuming he's probably going to end up airdropping this one later. You know what I'm saying? Here it is. And that's this one here. It says that Dre, this coming this week. Of course, he has not yet launched this one. I'm assuming this one's going to be extremely bullish. The freaking Dre token, if anything. I'm hoping that we end up getting an airdrop on this one. Now, if Andre Cronje doesn't end up endorsing this shit, dude, it's going to be freaking fire, man. This token's probably going to end up running pretty damn hard. Now, you cats know that freaking memes run pretty damn hard, but they're very, very, very freaking volatile, if anything. So, that's the deets on sGOAT. Let me shut that sucker down. Let's go over to Pulse Chain. Now, mind you, yes, I know Pulse Chain is not a freaking meme coin. But the main reason I'm going to cover Pulse Chain is because the following meme tokens I am going to cover are associated to Pulse Chain. So we definitely have to check out the Pulse chart, see how freaking Pulse Chain is doing. You know what I'm saying? And here we go. Current value of Pulse Chain is 4 zeros and a 7927. It does seem that we finished our 23-day freaking 20-day cycle, and we're currently on a new cycle. And mind you, cats, I know this is really convoluted, and we're currently at about day 6. Know what I mean? So that's where it seems that we're going. Next area that I could see us bouncing off of is here about 4 zeros and a 7438. And we're not too far from that. So right now would not be a bad time to DCA into Pulse Chain. Mind you, this is not financial advice. I'm not going to be like Nagabo saying this is completely financial advice. No freaking way. But you can see that all the moving averages are above the current value of Pulse Chain right now. And we did break out of this green box area. I'm assuming once we come revisit these tops over here, that's the area we'll probably bounce off of and come back into the box, if anything. Now, there has been a lot of drama on Pulse Chain, but dude, when isn't there drama on Pulse Chain? There's always going to be drama on this network. And it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? As long as we have a strong-ass community, I think Pulse Chain is going to do freaking fine, bro. Wait till Richard Hart gets done with his court case in October. And I think if the freaking court case gets dropped, bro, we are going to rally into oblivion. But as you guys can see, there's not a lot of data on Pulse Chain. We did slightly pierce the freaking second standard deviation on Pulse Chain, and then we end up shrinking back to the upside, if anything. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we're at our current value now. Areas we can come to as far as the freaking Bollinger Band goes is 4 zeros and a 7-1, monkeys. So food for thought. Now that we covered Pulse Chain, let's go ahead and move on to freaking the meme tokens that I wanted to talk about Pulse Chain. And of course, you guys saw that I had Almighty last week on my tacos and freaking kimchi stream with Angry Twinkie. And we talked about the Mike token. You know what I'm saying? And he also talked about the launch of Kitty. Kitty launched, I think it was on Saturday, and I am liking the buying opportunities we're getting on Mike. Now, we don't have a lot of data on Kitty, and because it's only been out, freaking doggone, 3 days, 2 days, if anything. So we don't have a lot in the charts. For you cats that don't know, the Monsters Inc. token or the Mike token in itself, by by holding it alone, it airdrops you some incentive token. And you can go over to their website to see how much percentage you're getting as a drop on it. Last I talked to freaking Almighty, it was around 23%, which is doing better than I think the PulseX and freaking Pulse Chain, the PulseX and the Pulse Chain freaking liquidity pool. And there's less risk, if anything. You know what I'm saying? Especially holding that token, and it's giving you incentive. So then in turn, you could use that incentive token to either hold it or dump it on the market. You know what I'm saying? So let's go over to the Mike chart. Vamos a ver. And this is the Mike chart currently right now. Last I had Almighty on stream, I told him that I was looking for a dip, and I did want a little bit more dip on it. Mind you, I do hold this coin. And the 14-day mark is around here, April 20th. I'm assuming that's when we'll see the bottom of this freaking token before it starts its new 20-day cycle. Now, yes, it could end up pushing all the way here to about day 21, and that would be around April 27th. But I think more than likely we'll probably stay with this descending triangle as we continue dipping to the downside. And mind you, dude, this is at a great value. One thing that really freaking turned me on about this token, though, is that its current market cap is 490,000, son. So it's still at a freaking great value. If you come down here and you see, if you drop $100 on this bad boy, that'll get you about a good 20,000 tokens. Now, mind you, there is a 2% tax on getting this freaking token. And you do have to bring up your slippage on app.pulsex.com when you buy it to at least 20%, so you can end up paying that 2% tax. So, mind you, dude, it drops you freaking incentive token. So I don't see what would be bad about holding this token. I think once incentive starts rallying, this motherfucker's probably going to end up rallying a lot harder. Now, next coming paychecks, I do want to continue DCAing into this token. I am hoping that I do get to catch it on its low so I can end up getting more of this bad boy. Now, mind you, I have to be repetitive about this. When you buy this sucker, you have to go to app.pulsex.com, and when you make the trade for this token, you do have to bring your slippage up to 20%, 19 to 20%. Maybe you could do 18, and it'll let you freaking buy the token, or else you're going to have failed transactions. It's not going to go through. You know what I'm saying? Food for thought, cats. Now, as far as the Mike token goes, let me finish a little bit more TA on this chart, cats. Areas we do have to compromise to the upside before we end up getting bullish. First area would be here at about fucking 76% of a penny. Then we would have to come up here to about 85% of a penny. Then the next area would be 1 penny. And then the next area of about that would be 1 penny and 31% of a penny. You know what I'm saying? So if we activate our Bollinger Bands, you could see that Mike token can possibly go to the second standard deviation of this Bollinger Band of about 3 zeros and 40% of a penny, son. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as the 5-day, as the 50-day moving average goes, it's not even appearing on the chart on the daily. Now, let's see what it looks like on the weekly. Dude, it's a very, very, very apparent freaking descending triangle. And that is nothing more than a buying opportunity for you cats. Now, again, I do have to say this. Even though it is a meme coin, there's not many meme coins out there that bring utility. And this could pretty much be the future of meme coins if we continue to end up running with a meme coin season all the way to the top of the bull market. You know what I'm saying? If you guys remember last bull market, you guys could clearly see that SHIB towards the end was one of the tokens that ended up pumping the hardest. So I am extremely bullish on Mike. I think it's going to do very well. I think it was genius that they came up with this shit. Monsters Inc. I'm saying, you drops you incentive token. That's pretty damn freaking creative, if anything. You know what I'm saying? So let's go over to their website. Now, this is currently their website, and it tells you all the data on Monsters Inc. You can buy it on GoPulse. I like using app.pulsex because I think it's a little bit more freaking doggone liquid there. You know what I'm saying? And you can see over here where you see rewards. You can click on this sucker and you type in your Pulse chain address in here, and it'll tell you the average of incentive token that's getting airdropped to you cats. So mind you, this meme token does have utility, monkeys, and hence why I'm bullish on this sucker. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty damn gangster, if anything, man. It's unfortunate that this token's kind of being gatekept a little bit by the Hex community because I think it's pretty damn gangster. I think it's pretty cool, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, the reason it's called the Mike token, from my understanding, and mind you, I have seen Monsters Inc. But I mean, cartoons is not big. I'm not really big on cartoons. I'll watch an anime here and there, bro. But the name of this character, I think, was called a Mike Lewandowski or something like that. Hence why it's called the Mike token when you check out Monsters Inc. Now, the other token that recently dropped. Was the Kitty token. Now, you're wondering, like, man, especially you cats that don't watch a lot of freaking cartoons and stuff like that, or you ain't got kids, or you don't really, you know what I'm saying? And the reason it's called the Kitty token is because of the character from Monsters Inc. And I remember that purple and blue character. You know what I'm saying? And I think the little girl called him Kitty. You know what I'm saying? Hence why it's called what it is, the Kitty token, because that's a nickname the little girl gave the monster. You know what I'm saying? Value is at about 41% of a penny. Market cap is only 419. Mind you, you're probably wondering this is the daily chart. Absolutely not. This is only on the 4-hour. There's not a lot of data on this sucker. I do want to continue DCAing into this bad boy. Now, what is the utility on Kitty token, if anything? It does airdrop you a little bit of pulse chain. So food for thought, monkeys. One token drops you a little bit of freaking incentive. The other one drops you a little bit of freaking pulse chain. These meme tokens are freaking fire, bro, especially if they have utility like the ones we're talking about. And then the market cap's just freaking amazing. I am assuming that if pulse chain ends up running and running hard, you could see that this token's probably going to end up pumping with it. Know what I mean? Now, areas of support that I do have here on the 4-hour chart is here at about 4701, and now it really turned into resistance because we did break past below it. And if I draw up another freaking trend line over here, you can see that we do have a little bit of support here of about 37% of a penny. That's the next area we could end up hitting. Now, if I put this on the daily, dude, it's not been out a long time at all. You know what I'm saying? The highs on this bad boy was about 1 penny, give or take. Now, if I take this moving average freaking measuring tool, not a moving average tool, but a measuring tool, if this token does end up following the rules of the 20-day cycle for freaking meme coins, or for coins in general, because it is an altcoin, you're talking about April 27th when we could end up getting a full dip on this sucker. You know what I'm saying? Or possibly over here at about day 21. And that would be May 4th, man. Now, one thing I forgot to mention to you guys, and this is very important information. You're probably thinking about going over to freaking these websites or over to app.pulsex.com and buying this sucker with freaking doggone pulse chain. But I think it's more liquid with incentive. So food for thought, monkeys. You could end up buying it a little bit better and get a little bit more if you use incentive token to get it. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that pulse chain is pretty much associated a lot with incentive token, for the reason being that incentive in itself is associated to all the other tokens because of the liquidity pools. So you can end up getting more, especially if you end up swapping with incentive token, monkeys. So food for freaking thought. Now, this also has a website, and I know it's being a little bit redundant. You know what I'm saying? Because it's similar to the Monsters Inc. website, and it's called kittyinc.com. You know what I'm saying? And it tells you all the deets about freaking Kitty, and this is the monster that was called Kitty from the movie. You know what I'm saying? So food for thought, monkeys. And again, if you come up over here to rewards, it tells you, you can input your address here, and it freaking ends up telling you how much rewards you're getting. Right now, there's only 548 kitty holders. Wow, man. And there's about 1,481, bro. So if this token does pump, this is a scratcher, though, by the way. But not a lot of scratchers end up having freaking doggone utility with it. So food for thought, monkeys. Food for freaking thought. These tokens, I think, are going to do very, very well. Shout out to Almighty. Dude, this is one hell of a project. This shit was fucking genius. You know what I'm saying? So let's look at the chat. My amigo made Zeus Mog is the only meme coin I'm buying. Good shit. And then we got my amigo Karn. The 20-day cycle has given me some peace of mind when DCAing alts. Hey, damn straight, man. Tell you one thing, man. When I buy my alts, I definitely use freaking the 20-day cycles, man. And as soon as we start approaching day 12 to day 14, if consistently I am seeing that it runs on freaking 20-day cycles, bro, dude, you can't beat it, bro. And then we got my amigo here, Nelly. Well, Moonpill Rational Optics. So sorry about that. Moonpill. Nellyville. Uvule Boogie. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, dude, guess what? I'm about to cover the freaking fragrance of the day, son. And then we got my amigo here, Paul Sachs. Smash the like button, monkeys. Absolutely do that. Take a pause, guys. Like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel. The more you guys subscribe to my channel, the more motivated I am here to bring you guys this alpha. You know what I'm saying? I think the shit that I'm bringing you, or the shit that I brought you a couple days ago or a week ago on freaking sGOAT was freaking fire. And I think the shit that I'm bringing you, man, on these damn freaking almighty tokens, which is the Mike token and the doggone Kitty token, with the market cap they got, man, they got potential to make you some serious bank. Now, please, cats, do not throw all your dinero in this shit, because your monkey ass is going to end up getting wrecked. You know what I'm saying? Please don't do that shit. Only put a good like 1-2% of the portfolio, dude. Do not put all your shit into these meme coins, because they will end up wrecking your ass. You know what I'm saying? Again, subscribe to the channel, cats. Like the video. That motivates me to keep me here, man. And then we got my amigo, Moonpill Rational Optics, showing off his portfolio. Dude, I don't know if you're telling me the truth, Moonpill, because you're pretty damn senior. You know what I'm saying? It goes full portfolio, 20% Pepe, 20% Costco hot dog, hot hog with hat, teddy bear, and 20% of Shiba. Has there been any issues so far with any of the copyrights with Monsters Inc.? Not as of yet, man. Not as of yet. I'm assuming he would only have to change minor things. I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? I wish I was an attorney and I could drop that alpha on you cats. He hasn't had any problems. He hasn't mentioned any problems, if anything, but I think it's pretty damn genius. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he'll change it to Monstars or something like that, dude. You know what I mean? And let's cover the fragrance of the day. Now, this is a classic, especially for you Generation Xers. Nellyville, I know you know this fucking fragrance, bro. And yes, it's still out there and you can still buy it, bro. The only thing is you cannot buy it from the website. You do have to use a place like eBay to get it, and it's pretty damn affordable. And that's none other, man, than Boss in Motion, son. This is still a fucking fire fragrance, dude. This is the fragrance from the freaking 90s, dog. You know what I'm saying? Now, you guys can see that there's a button at the bottom. That's your atomizer. And here at the top, that's where it emits the fragrance from. You know what I'm saying? You do get like a creamsicle orange vibe from it. It does smell very freaking nice. Let's go over to Fragrantica and see what the notes are in this bad boy. Now, mind you, it does not last too long, so it is what it is, man. Hot summer day, you going to the beach, bro, you're not going to get in the water. This is a damn good freaking fragrance to have, man. And you can see that majority of the shit you get here is motherfucking citrus, a little bit of fresh and spicy, warm and spicy, and woody, man. I like the way it smells. I think it's freaking fire. Now, let's see the current value of this bad boy. Let's see what it runs for, man. And it's pretty damn affordable, bro. And, dude, I remember back in the 90s, this is the shit, bro. I can't believe I'm still holding some of this. So when I saw it on eBay, I was like, dude, I have to pick it up, especially for the price that it's at, dude. You know what I'm saying? Let me make sure. All right, yeah. I got it here. And this is it on eBay, bro. $33.81, dude. This is a classic, homie. I love this sucker, dude. I bet you Cat Style is gonna talk about some bullshit like fucking Cool Water. What do I give this fragrance, bro? Now, mind you, this is an older fragrance, dude. And of course, fragrances evolve over the years. Kind of like watching boxing. People think because some boxers are black and white that they're superior to the modern boxers. And I would say negative, man. Boxing evolves, just like everything else in life, man. Cryptocurrencies evolve, cars evolve, fragrances evolve, man. Hence why I do believe, man, that this is a badass classic, bro. But I can't really compare it as like one of the best ones from today, bro. But this is definitely nostalgic. When you go to the mall back in the day, it would smell like this. And it's a very soft orange scent. Highly recommended. It's not nearly as strong as Terre d'Hermès. And I'm sure you cats have smelled Terre d'Hermès. It's a little bit more masculine. It's a little bit more mature. It's a little bit stronger on the nose. But this one is pretty damn soft, bro. And it is a classic. I love wearing this. I was wearing this sucker today, and I actually got a compliment with this bad boy. They told him, the guy said, hey, man, you smell like fucking Dillards from the fucking 90s, bro. And I think the shirt ended up matching that freaking the sentiment and the statement he gave. You know what I'm saying? So there you go, cats. Those are the meme coins I covered today. And let's see what else we got here. Vamos a ver. Oh, and make sure you guys also follow my amigo, and that is Mr. Almighty. Let me see if I can pull this freaking Twitter up, son. Where's your Twitter, homie? Not this one, but this one. Yeah. Let's go here. And if you guys want updates as to what's going on, make sure you follow Mr. Almighty here. And his name is AAL, just one L, Mighty 55555. You know what I'm saying? And he gives you details as to what's going on and refers you to the website and everything else. You know what I'm saying? He's got the blue check mark. Make sure you guys follow this cat. He's a young guy. He's still pretty damn motivated. I mean, I like to see that type of motivation. You know what I'm saying? And this is currently his Twitter page. Let me see if I can share it with you, cat, so you guys can end up giving this cat a follow. You know what I'm saying? And I'll also drop it here. Paste. Boom. You monkeys can end up following him right here, man. And that is Mr. Almighty himself. You know what I'm saying? So that pretty much covers it today, monkeys. Again, I want to be redundant. Do not DCA your entire freaking bag into meme coins. Make sure you have your vegetables, have your Ethereum, have your Bitcoin stabilizing your bag, if anything. And make sure you monkeys give this video a freaking like. Subscribe to my channel. I was checking out my freaking analytics, and I've noticed that I'm getting a lot of views and a lot of likes, but the same people that are giving me views and likes are not subscribed to the channel. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm dropping alpha here. I'm dropping some education, even though it's not financial advice. I'm using it to make me some money. You know what I'm saying? So food for thought, cats. That is the battle plan I am going with. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel and like the video. You know what I'm saying? And I should be back here on maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll be back here tomorrow. I do want to check out that new movie called A24, man. It's based on Civil War, if anything, especially as we approach the election. I think it's going to be an intriguing movie. I'm just hoping it's not freaking leftist propaganda, if anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to check that movie out tomorrow. If I don't, I will be back here on freaking. Well, it's not going to be tacos and kimchi because I am going to be on Angry Twinkie's channel. So make sure you monkeys go follow Angry Twinkie as well. His name is at Mr. Angry Twinkie. You know what I'm saying? On YouTube. You could also follow him on freaking Twitter, if anything. You know what I'm saying? And got my amigo Karn here. Got it. Aping house money into memes. Hey, man. Thanks, bro. I'm glad you like the show. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, monkeys. You know what I'm saying? All right, cats. I will catch you monkeys on the flip side.